no word in the dictionary that we can use to describe the beauty, the love, the tenacity, everything that this woman come with. Every day I'm getting to love her more and more. And you know what, guys? There's nothing she can do about it. We are getting to love her, and she's gonna have to take it whether or not she like it. And I know she love us. Dr. Helen, are you there tonight, ma'am?
Absolutely. I have made it to the line, Queen Beverly Wholeness. Can you hear me just fine?
We are hearing you absolutely fine, ma'am. Take it away, you beautiful.
Awesome. Can you see me?
No, we are not seeing you now. We are not seeing you now.
Hold on one moment. Who's controlling the line so we can turn it into where you can see me?
We can see you, but you just need to switch your camera around, Dr. Helen. Just switch your camera.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see me now? Can you see me now?
Not yet.
No, we see your shoe. Turn it around.
We see the floor. We see the floor.
Can you see me now?
There we go. Perfect. Perfect.
Sir Tim is online. Oh my God. Sorry, Sir Tim.
Awesome and amazing. Can you see me now?
Yes, we can.
All right. Well, great day. Great day. How y'all doing out there tonight in Sankey Land? Man, I am so excited, extremely blessed. I have such this natural energy that's going on right now that literally I am not going to need an airplane to get back to Houston, Texas. I'm going to spread my arms out and I'm going to fly back to Houston, Texas after being on the ground here in Jamaica with the beautiful, the tenacious, the phenomenal, the sensational, the magnificent Queen Beverly Wholeness. I'm telling you, her and this awesome team, these men and women, these kings and queens that have all come together for something that's bigger than all of them. I am blown away at what they've been able to do in such a short amount of time, the supernatural favor that is being submerged upon the country of Jamaica, and anything they touch, anyone they touch, any country they touch, anything they have put their minds to, these people here and Jamaica have gotten it done. It has been exciting. It has been uplifting. We had a super success Saturday. King International, a director of sales, King Tim Trahan, put the smack game down on today. And everybody was just riveting over just his excitement and his vision and the way he articulates itself and his energy. They're like, man, when is he coming? Like, we got to get him on the ground. And they were taking copious notes of everything he was explaining about that compensation plan. And then he lowered the boom today. And what he talked about, these bonus structures that are in place. If you can perfect the way you share the testimonies of Sankey Global, you're about to get paid. I mean, you are about to be a rich woman or man. I'm telling you, if you can just slow down just a little bit tonight. That's what I came on the line to talk to you guys about before we go into the launch process for Dr. Denise, the queen herself of Trinidad and Tobago, my girl, from the first time I met her a few years ago, matter of fact. And another opportunity, I just knew she was somebody I needed to be connected to. And when you hear her speak tonight and share from her heart, her passion, especially about the microbiome, you too are going to be blown away. But, you know, I wanted to speak on tonight just for a few minutes about the power of slowing down to speed up. The power of slowing down to speed up. We have a promotion that only you can partake in it for the month of May. But when you hit certain ranks that all of you will hit, if you just stay in front of the tsunami of information, the tsunami of wealth and empowerment that we are delivering here in the body of Sankey, that you will become absolutely rich on your way to becoming absolutely wealthy. These bonuses that we are giving out, thousands of dollars per person, by the way, that you will be able to earn on top of a very lucrative compensation plan, all because you have perfected the way you share the stories of Sankey Global. See, a wise man once said that facts tell, but stories sell. And they do, especially when they are authentic, especially when they're testimonies of the testimonies. If you just use my family story alone, let's say nobody else had a story, when we know that's not true. Thousands and thousands of stories are coming in each and every day. People that were scheduled to have a leg, a foot, a toe, something cut off because of diabetes. And because they got on the Sankey product system, they have canceled the surgery. I got to come into the screen so you can really hear me all the way in the back. They have canceled the surgery. And after being on the products for a couple of weeks, they no longer take insulin. After being on for a couple of months, they take nothing and their sugar levels are under control. I'm talking about stories of people that have been suffering and even dying of COVID-19. And they found a way to get the product system into the hospital of a family member that was on a ventilator. And because they found a way to do that, they became COVID reversers. I don't think you heard me. They reversed the COVID reversers. I don't know who's going to grab that tonight, but put it in the chat if you like it. And I can't even call it my own. It was a young man that I met in Montego Bay a couple of days ago. And he said, hey, I know how to tell my story. I'm going to start off because I know if I can't talk to nobody about nothing else, everybody wants to hear about how you can reverse COVID, how you can protect yourself from getting COVID. But if you happen to get it, how you can reverse it. So I'm a COVID reverser. Who don't want to talk to the COVID reverser? Who don't want to talk? Everybody wants to know, how can I protect myself from all viruses? But God, if I do catch it, how can I restore my health? See, you might catch it, but you don't have to succumb to it. That right there alone, bottling that up, you have thousands of people you can be talking to about your gift in Sankey, because these products are a gift. So I recall hearing stories when I was considering that I want to marry Sankey. See, I'm not here for a one-night stand. I don't know why you're here. But I'm not here for a one-night stand. I'm not here to even date nobody. Nobody's on trial. The relationship, the covenantship that I want with this company, I decided to marry, put a ring on it. Because I understood the type of testimonies, people that had cancer. See, that came down my doorstep. So when I heard about the people that was at stage 4 cancer, and after being on the product system, I need somebody to mute these lines out. Let's mute these lines out. When you hear people coming on, mute the line out. When you get on the line, mute the line out, guys. I'm on fire tonight. And don't make me come through the Zoom and put a torch on you. So come on. So when I think about the stories, see, I was on the product system long before I said yes to be here as the first and the only woman of color in this space as a chief sales marketing officer. There's no one else in the world today. Now, they might be somebody tomorrow, but today we've been blessed to make sure that I married Sankey Global. And so when I think about cancer all within itself, when I think about what I went through, if I had known what I know now and how to mix the products together, if I had known that, who's to say if I had started on these products a long time ago that I ever would have battled with it? But I thank God for the story. I thank God for the testimony. 7% chance to live with the baby growing on the inside of me. Hey, terminate the baby so you can live. Hey, no, I'm not going to do that because we both going to live and not die. Double mastectomy, hysterectomy, 17 surgeries in 1 year. So by the time that was over, my immune system was shot of someone who had full-blown AIDS. How about the Sankey product system? Y'all not hearing me tonight. It restored, it recovered my immune system. So when I heard about all those testimonies of people that had gone through things similar to me as relates to cancer, and their immune system is back up. And if they did get a tumor in their body, it was benign after that because of the product system. I don't know who's still with me on tonight. I'm talking about reversing lupus and thyroid. I'm talking about reversing debilitating pain. Oh, do you know how many people suffer with chronic pain on a daily basis? Do you know how many people suffer with the chronic pain as in they can't sleep? Do you know it's painful? Do you know it's painful to lay in your bed every night and look at the walls, twiddling your thumb, talking about counting sheep and lamb and all that stuff? That don't work. You want to be able to rest, not just sleep. And the product system, you're going to hear about this in a few moments, the particular product that will put you to rest at night. And not only rest, but you'll start losing them COVID weight. See, all of us, including me, sitting up at night when I was quarantined, eating the Haagen-Dazs and all the stuff that I knew I didn't have no business eating, Doritos and everything else. But boy, when I would take my Cornu Fire and drink it like a tea, that thing would start working on my metabolism. And by the time I woke up in the morning, I had a good night rest, not sleep. Remember, there's a difference. And then when I would wake up in the morning, I would have a smooth move. And that ain't TMI. That ain't too much information. Because everybody knows somebody who's too full of, y'all fill in the blank. But I decided, me, Helen Delahousse Clay, I decided I needed to detox myself every day because I don't want cancer to ever come back and be malignant. See, I had a terminal condition, HAD. And Sankey came into my life that no matter what pops up, and there has been things that pop up, trust and believe that. But every situation has been benign. Can you say benign with 4 syllables? Because Sankey. I will never tell anybody that Sankey is the reason why I'm healed, restored, miracles are happening in my life. What I will tell you is God gave man wisdom. This is what I believe. To create the Sankey system that creates the miracles. See, I heard about many stories of people, elderly people slipping into dementia and Alzheimer's and all that, and then they got on the Sankey system. And it was reversed. Stories of people that never took a step in life, got on the Sankey system, and that was reversed. You might hear a testimony tonight. I don't know. I don't know what's fixing to happen tonight. But what I do know is everybody and their mama, from 8 to 80, crippled and crazy, don't matter. They need to be on this launch call that Dr. Denise has been so nice to say, wait a minute, this is not just for me. This launch call, I want everybody to be blessed with the information. Everybody needs to relaunch tonight. Everybody get on the call right now. This should be a packed out, jam-packed. You can't even squeeze an inch on the call. These type of calls. These type of calls. When I think about just the testimonies in my house, I get emotional. From what you might call a small testimony, ain't no real miracle, but to a 10-year-old boy that was suffering all his life, couldn't read, couldn't write, was passed up. My 10-year-old, dyslexic, same challenges I had as a little girl, stuttering, and just passed up, teased, bullied, made fun of, feeling like the ugly duckling, already dealing with a spirit of defeat. And you're a child? So if Sankey hadn't come into our life, and he didn't drink that Balage like he drank some Kool-Aid, he'd still be the zero and not the hero. He'd still be bringing in failing grades. But don't you know that my son, Edward the First, who is now 10, after being on these products, this boy is making A's, B's, and C's. Somebody put some 5s in the chat for my baby. Don't you know my little miracle baby that I had to have at 6 months old, Edward Jr.? Yeah, we got a whole bunch of Edwards in the house, okay? Don't Don't you know I had him at 6 months? Don't you know when he was 6 months old, the caregiver fell down the stairs with him? I can't make this up. I tried. Broke her arm trying to break the fall, but it injured him. We thought he had bleeding in the brain, but he ended up having bleeding on the outside of the skull, but it was still a bad situation. I'm talking about little Tutu. Yeah, go back to my social media pages. Go on Facebook. You'll see the story. Yeah, you'll see all of it. And you'll be like, oh my God. Go back to 2018. You'll see it. Yeah. So here we are, listen to the doctors now say he'll be in a couple of days. He don't need major surgery, but he might drag his leg. Maybe until y'all decide to get rehabilitations, therapy or something, he may not walk normal. He's definitely not going to talk on time. See, before the accident, he was 6 months old. So he was saying, mama, dad, eat, bye-bye. After he came out of that hospital, he didn't do nothing but this. He would be pointing to stuff, like his bottle, but he wasn't talking. And to hide the pain of all of it, I would make jokes with people that are close to me. I said, now, I don't want him on the short bus now. I don't want him catching the little yellow bus, so you're going to have to start talking to Tutu. But that was just because I wanted to try to smile and laugh instead of crying. Because I was like, I fought so hard to get you here. And now this. So it's devastating. It was devastating to see him not take his first steps till he was almost 2. And then when he did, he drugged that foot. He drugged that leg. Everything turned inward. Wasn't talking. I need y'all to hear me. Wasn't talking. Doing that. That's it. Eye contact. Wouldn't make eye contact. It injured something. But when I found out I could give this Balaj and this Canoe and this Hasaki and this N7, that it was real kid friendly, well, I took it to the pediatrician and I said, I done heard a whole bunch of stories, but I need you to look at this. I done heard a whole bunch of testimonies about children taking this product, but I need you to look at this. Rave reviews from his pediatrician. I put him on it double time. Don't you know, a month later, he started mama, dad. Don't you know he started walking straight? Okay. Now he still got a little inward pigeon toe action going on. But y'all don't laugh at my baby. But I think he would have had that regardless of the action. I think he just gonna have 2 left feet like his mama. Okay. So we might just have to work with him on some corrective shoes. But my point is, Tutu is telling you right now, hey, how you doing? Hey, mama, I want to eat some chicken today. I'm talking about full sentences. Okay? 3 years old, breezing through stuff. He's already testing on the level of a 5-year-old. Come on, somebody say thank you, Sankey. Somebody put it in the chat room right now. Thank you, Sankey. Yeah. Now, I could go on and on. I had a daughter that's got a hard head named Angel, wouldn't take the product on time. She would take it maybe once a week, once a month. Hey, Angel, take your Sankey product. Take your Sankey product. She was a flight attendant. Take your Sankey product. Okay, Mom, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. She got COVID. My child. Blood clots in ICU. Blood clots. Do you hear me? Baby, let me tell you something. I got them Sankey products up to that hospital. It didn't matter. They couldn't have kept me away from my baby. I don't even know how people do it. Tell me you can't come in with your loved one and they had COVID. Babe, I'm breaking into the hospital then. I became Spider-Man, Batman, somebody, because I'm getting in there with my baby. And I'm bringing her some hot Canoe, Sankey, the Sankey Balaj, the Sankey N7, and I'm going to mix all 3 of them up. You hear me? And I'm going to get it smoking pipe hot. It's going to burn her tongue that kind of hot. 5 days later, she was released. No symptoms of COVID. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Me dealt with depression on top of depression, because I like to bottle things up and say, wait a minute, I'm gonna work through the pain. Literally, like I'm just gonna work and pretend that didn't just happen. But that's for a whole nother call for another night. And I've learned, especially in 2020, in January, you can't do that, Helen. You cannot pretend that it didn't happen. What you're gonna do is you're gonna deal while you heal. Oh, wow, I don't know who I'm helping on tonight. And the product system has reversed depression for me. The product system, alopecia, how many women, maybe you shame, but I ain't shamed. I used to take the little, what you dry your eyebrows in, you know, the little ink thing, and sometimes mascara, and I would draw the edges because I was thinning out real bad, especially all the medications I was on, like 13 medications a day when I was going through breast cancer and 20 months after that, okay? And so I'm like, man, I am too cute to be walking around with no edges, okay? So Miss Fabiola Hernandez told me about how the women in Mexico and the Latino, you know, all those women was using the inner 7 in their shampoo. I said, oh, you ain't got to tell me something but one time. You ain't got to tell me something but one time. I put that shampoo in my palm of my hand, open up 3-4 packs of inner 7, mix that all up and just deal with my edges. Don't you? How about my edges? I can show y'all pictures if you don't believe me. My edges look fabulous. No highlighter, no mascara, no dye, none of that. I ain't covering it up. It has grown back. I don't have to. Now, if it didn't grow back, I would be mascaring it up. Okay? Yes, because I'm not fixing to walk around looking crazy like that. Okay? And you shouldn't either. And the last one before I turn the call back over, because y'all know I love to talk, especially when I'm talking Sankey. My son, Eric. In brief, my son, Eric, was shot multiple times with an AK-47. Not that he was at the wrong place, the wrong time, or whatever, but maybe karma caught up with him from a life that he used to live. But long story short, he was shot in the head, where 25% of his skull, meaning his skull and brain, was blown away. Eric was pronounced dead in the ambulance on the way to the hospital. Okay? Eric, when they pulled up at the hospital, got a pulse back, strong enough that they commenced a 5-hour surgery, but even after the surgery, they pronounced him brain dead. They told me when I got there, nah, he has 0% chance to live past 48 hours. Huh? So I put some faith on it. I put some prayer on it. I put some anointing oil on it. I put my humility on it to ask everybody in their mama to pray for my baby. Everybody. I didn't care if he was my enemy. Please pray. Please pray that he would live and not die. And the doctor said, is there any wishes that you have? Yes, I'd like to bring his kids in. Yes, I'd like to do this. It was so many things I asked for. And then I said, and I also want to give him the Sankey products. And they said, who? I got some products I need you to put in his IV and his tube, in his feeding tube. And if y'all could go ahead and mute the line. I have never, ever, ever, ever. This is too rich, guys. This is too rich. Come on, we too good for this. Come on now. I started to say something, I took it back. Thank you, Lord, because he's still dealing with me. But come on, we got to be better than this. These are people's livelihood. After this call tonight, you got people that's going to make $2,000, $3,000 US that they need this week. So let's not play with anybody's launch calls. When you get on these calls, mute your line out. So, Eric, they put the products in his tubes. They put the products in his IV. I know they didn't think it was going to do nothing. A couple of days later, Eric woke up, pulled the breathing tubes out, off life support, trying to get up out the bed with a head 25% gone. Long story short, a couple of days later, Eric's talking. A couple of days after that, Eric's trying to actually get up out the bed, like eat on his own. Don't want nobody to touch him, to shower him. He want to do it on his own. Y'all don't hear me though. 25% of the boy head gone. That's where you see the bullet right there pierced to the side. That was after reconstructive surgery. A whole bunch of them, by the way. A whole bunch of reconstructive surgeries. A week and a half into it, as you can see right there. A week and a half into all of this. And that actually, he looked good right there. He looked good. Because when it first happened, you were like, Jesus, take the wheel. He was sitting up, standing up. He couldn't stand long, but he was talking to you about things that happened in his childhood. You don't hear me though. 2 weeks later, he was taking his first steps. New Year's Eve, he was walking, holding his favorite food, eating his food and telling me, Mama, turn Facebook Live on. I want to talk to people about my New Year's resolution. I want to thank all the people that was praying with me. 3 weeks later after he woke up, 3 weeks, talking about things that happened before the accident, the night of the accident, down to when he was 2 years old in preschool. Do you hear me? Now, did Sankey create that miracle? I'm going to say it one more time. God created every miracle I've talked about tonight. God did that. But God gave man wisdom to create those Sankey products that have literally reversed, recovered, and restored our lives. Today, when they said that Eric would never be able to make children, he made a child 6 months after this. The little girl, my grandbaby, was born this last January. Eric is now married. Eric is buying a house next month. Eric is working in his gift. Eric is talking about God and Jesus Christ for the first time in his life. Eric is ministering to people, anyone he come in contact with, gold fronts and all, tattoos, all that stuff. You're looking at a miracle. But guess what? If you hold up the mirror right now, you're looking at a miracle within yourself. Because if you made it on this call tonight, to hear this rich information tonight, if whoever invited you tonight, they loved you so much that they said, let me get you on this call that will change, improve your health and also your wealth. You ain't got no time to be playing no more. After you went through this whole pandemic, if that wasn't enough to wake you up and to push your dreams out, to birth your dream, and to trust somebody enough to help you nurture your dreams, so you can execute upon the dream, so you can make your dreams a living legacy. I don't know what else will. I don't know what else will. Because by now, it don't matter if nobody else speak on this call. You should be so jacked up out of your mind, ready to go. Not the, well, why this and how this happened. You'll learn and earn as you go. I'm sick of babysitting grown folks. I'm going to say it just like I mean it tonight. It is go time and grow time. It is go time and grow time. And if you blink right now, you will miss it. This is the thing your great-grandmama prayed for. This right here, this moment. I don't care what you thinking about you might need to do. Go do that too, but you better do Sankey. Get these Sankey products today. Get enrolled today. You don't want to be a business partner? That's fine. Fine, make room for somebody else. But dear God, do something as relates to safeguarding your health, longevity, stamina, mental health that nobody want to talk about because they think you're crazy if you say you're a little sad today, or you feel lonely today, or you're in a dark place today. Hell, that's half of the world. But the Sankey product system is here to reverse that too, to give you a happy back. Because I'm telling you, when I look in the mirror, I see a woman who's happy. I see a woman who's whole. I see a woman who's healthy. And when I look back at you, the people that have already said yes, I see the same thing. And if you're a man, I see that too. I see kings and queens being birthed in this season. My yes to thank you, to kick the doors in and to invite all of you, it will not go in vain. We will have more millionaires in this opportunity than any opportunity that is out right now. Now you mark my word. Now you can write it down, you can take a picture, you can throw it on the wall and see if it sticks. I don't care what you do with it. This time next year, put some 5s up in the chat if I'm talking to you. This time next year, you will have so many people that are 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners, that have been restored in their health, that have been restored in their marriages, that have created businesses because they've taken the profit from this to open up and do their passion projects, their kingdom building assignments. We will help so many churches open the doors back. You watch what I say. This time next year, there will be so many people sharing a testimony that because I said yes to sing, I was able to sow into my church and able to get my church out of bankruptcy. Because I said yes, I was able to save my home. Because I said yes, I lost my home already. So because I said yes, I was able to go buy my dream home. Because I said yes, I'm driving my free Mercedes Benz that Sankey just gave me. Somebody talk back to me today. Because I said yes. What will your story be? Because you said yes. What will your story be? Because you said yes. Queen Beverly, back to you.
Wow, absolutely amazing. Wow, guys, if Dr. Helen did not touch you, something is wrong. Pinch yourself. And if you pinch yourself and you have not felt her, you need maybe to cut yourself tonight. Because if you cut yourself and you pour some Balaj in that cut, I can tell you the Balaj is going to heal you. Wow, somebody put a 5 in this chat room. Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Helen. Wow. Every time that we heard you speak, we feel like we could start taking these products. If I was not a part of this company, I would say to you, girl, send me your link now because I want to join Sankey Global now. I know Sir Tim is on the line, ready and waiting. But Sir Tim, before you talk to us about the money, I'm going to open the mic to the beautiful Dr. Donnelly out of Bahamas for her to introduce her team out of the USA, New York, wherever they are from. So Dr. Donnelly, before I bring Dr. Denise to the mic, you take it away, ma'am. Back over to you.
Wow. Beverly, Queen Beverly, we are burning up tonight. And I know Florida cannot wait until Dr. Helen gets there next week. They are on the line and they are anticipating and they're so elated that she's going to be over there in the beautiful Florida in the US of A next weekend to actually bring Sankey. So one of the nurses who is gonna be there is Queen Nurse Jennifer Charles. So Jennifer Charles, did you make it to the call and you can actually talk to the persons in the USA?
Good evening, everyone. I am so happy and so thankful for this opportunity. Dr. Helen, dynamite, I tell you. When I grow up, I want to be like that, you know? I'm really thankful for Sankey. It's been an amazing, instrument in my life. We all have our stories, and I'm telling you, Sankey Sankey with the grace of my God. Okay, with the grace of my God and the blessing on Sankey products has changed my life tremendously. And my mission and my goal is to make sure I can share with all who I can. There's nobody who I'm not sending a text or calling and saying, "Hi, jump on. We're gonna be here. We're gonna be at this time. Just listen. Just learn anything." Because I know that this product is going to change their lives. They don't know yet, but I know for them. So I'm going to make sure that, my know and their know come together. And so I'm really thankful for Queen Donnelly and Dr. Ruth Ann and everyone who has, you know, reached out, touched us, and is really helping us on this journey. This is an amazing journey. I think if you cut me, I would bleed Sankey. And I'm just amazed to, you know, at all that it can do, and learning every day. Every day I learn something new, every day. So that's why I said to everybody, just keep jumping in. You'll learn everything you need to know. And I want to thank everyone, and Queen Donnelly, back to you.
Thank you, Nurse Jennifer. And I know we have Minister Miriam on the line, but she doesn't want to say anything much. But guess what, you guys from Florida, thank you. You guys from the USA of A, even down to Ohio, all of you guys that we have spoken to and who are going to be there next weekend on the 22nd and the 23rd. They're down in Florida at the Hilton. Is the Hilton Garden Inn? Yes, in Fort Lauderdale. We thank you for being on the call and bring out persons, as you see, the dynamic, the amazing, the brilliant, the wonderful, the powerful. Dr. Helen will be there and she will bring it. She will bring it. So guess what, guys? Don't miss out. Don't miss out. So back to the wonderful Queen Beverly, the hostess with the mostest.
Hey. Wow. Absolutely amazing, Dr. Donnelly. And I wish I could have traveled to Florida. I'm telling you, Dr. Helen is in ripping form. I don't know. I think that she's going to have to clone herself, because I need a part of her to leave right here, to be left right here in Jamaica. Wow. And I know Trinidad is waiting. I know Bahamas is waiting on her again. Oh my God. She is absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome, Queen Donnelly. And wow, we just have to continue to pray her up. Guys, we have a beautiful queen out of the beautiful island of Trinidad and Tobago. She is a naturopathic doctor by profession. And I'm telling you, not just an ordinary doctor. It is someone, she's a sister to me. I have met her. I have known her over 10 years, going 11 years now. And she's none other than Dr. Denise Pereira Bissessa. Oh my God. A whole lot of name. Don't try to call it. She will say it. Wow. Let me tell you something, guys. I have sat in this girl room and she did my blood, and she was able to look at my blood and tell me everything that was happening in my body, and then fix me up to come back to Jamaica. Wow. So I'm not telling you about somebody that I read about. I'm not telling you about somebody that someone told me about. I'm telling you about someone who have done cupping on my back to ensure that she straightened my back, because my back was twisted. Oh my God. Oh my God. When you hear this lady speak tonight, wow, about the microbiome along with King Clive, she is the person that speaks about the microbiome in the penis. She spoke about the microbiome in the vagina. She spoke about the microbiome in the eyes, the nose, the toes, the head, wherever. When you listen to Dr. Denise speak, you will realize that you have aligned yourself with the best team. Somebody put 5 in the chat room for the best team. I'm going to open the mic. Dr. Denise, are you with us, ma'am?
Oh, yes, I'm here. I'm right here, you guys.
Absolutely fantastic, you beautiful girl. Dr. Denise, on your business tonight. You are launching, so you have your family on the call. You have your friends. I'm seeing your mother all the way from Boston on this call, Dr. Denise. And I want you to take us away tonight with everything that you plan for us tonight, Dr. Denise, because we know that you are a woman of knowledge. And when everyone hear you speak tonight, they will understand the excitement in me. They will understand why I must and why I had to ensure that I align myself with greatness. Back over to you, Dr.
Thank you so much, Queen Bev. And guys and girls, kings and queens, she is my sponsor out of Jamaica. And I am very thankful that she has brought Sankey Global to me And for this very reason, as I am now going to unfold and outfold to you all this afternoon. Folks, what we have in our hand is powerful. You know, she explained a little about myself, and my general training is in clinical microscopy, blood cell analyzing, blood pathology. And what I love, about 25 years back, I got on to a scientist, Dr. Michael Grant. He is a scientist, and why I love, and I'm saying this to you guys, is because it was the first time studying blood and the pathology of blood and the diseases and all these issues that happen within our system, that he showed me the symbionts in our blood and what that really means. It was the very first time I heard about the microbiome. And since then, I have run with the program, because understanding the blood, you can understand everything that happens within a life and what goes on within the body. I have, you know, my training is in quantum medicine, and right now our clinical, the field in our medical world now are now playing catch up, because what we have in our hands and have discovered is that they are now playing catch up to get. So I am trained in energy medicine along with cutting edge technology, nutrition, biology, and neuroscience, using the 9D nonlinear diagnostic technologies to see what's going on in your system at that cellular level, combining also ancient wisdom traditions and modern medicine, because I am both clinical and integrative. Consults with integrative clinics. They ask my consultations when they have cases that they need to look at deeper. And my path and belief, and I say this with great passion and conviction, is I wholeheartedly believe that we should all return to the gifts of nature and how God has designed our bodies to actually live and to nurture our bodies and bring that balance of wisdom, mind, body, and soul. All right. So with that being said and done, I want to talk about what we are going to discover today. As Plato said, human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. And what I'm about to take you guys on a journey. This is a journey. If you want to look at it, you're going through the galaxy tonight. That is where I'm taking you. I'm taking you there. I want you to see how finite and how your body's infinite wisdom and how it works. Three things you're going to end up with tonight that will happen to you tonight. You will become very emotional, which means that you will make a life change in your life. You are going to become energized, which is going to accelerate you to do more. And you are going to become enlarged, becoming natural expanders and enlargers of people, dreams, and bringing about your own dreams into realization. All right. There's no gloom and gloom in this world right now that is happening. There's life, there is strength, there is in chaos, there is opportunity. And you will always hear Queen Bev and Dr. Helen and Tim Traham and Queen Fabi and Dr. Ruth Ann and Queen Donnelly talking about this. What we have in our hands is powerful, people, is very powerful. So let's demystify as I take you on this beautiful journey of health and wealth, because many people don't like the word wealth. But in this business, we are healthy and we are wealthy. So what we are going to discuss and talk about tonight is the inner evolution, the microbiome, sixth mass extinction, and empowered epigenetics. And what that simply means is that our inner evolution is what's changing today. All right. We are talking about the microbiome and its functions. And we have started this movement of the microbiome. And personally, between you and I, it is not a movement. It is what is real. It is what we are. It is more than just human form. We are born in the image and likeness of God. And for everything to work, we have to put it back into our system. And what has been happening to us over the time that we have been on earth, from the day you were born and your mDNA started to work, which is your microbiome and the functions within your body, we have been watered down by the foods that we eat, by the thoughts that we think, by the people that we surround, and all others. All right, that's another session to discuss at another time. But what basically is happening, our inner evolution is being taken away from us, and now we have to take it back. So as we enter into this journey, I'm going to show you what really goes on within the system. And as you are seeing on the screen, are you seeing my screen clearly? Queen Bev, just give me a yes.
Yes, we are.
Are you hearing?
Yes, yes.
Lovely.
So
what we are seeing here is that the microbiome may weigh as much as 5 pounds. The bacteria, once that we thought was good and bad bacteria, 60–40% of good flora and fauna, guess what? It's more than just flora and fauna, folks. It's our intelligent life force that is working in between every organ and organ systems in our bodies. It helps us to digest our food. It regulates our immune system. It protects against other bacteria that cause diseases and produce vitamins, including the B vitamins, B12, thiamine, and all these other vitamins that goes with it, which is needed for blood coagulation. Is Master Clive on the line? Because I have to put Master Clive to talk about this microbiome and where we are at and what it does in our system from a universal standpoint. Master Clive, are you there?
Queen, Dr. Denise. So I'm happy to be able to share with you for a few moments, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening to you. Some of the roles of your microbiome is to keep you inspired. I'm coming from a different angle this evening.
Yes.
Your microbiome is what keeps you inspired. You see, it makes, among other neurotransmitters, your dopamine. One of your dopamine is for you to achieve your best self. Your dopamine and your bacteria always remind you, do not settle for this current version of you. What got you here won't get you there. If you want to be a millionaire, an American millionaire, you cannot come to life with a 1,000-year attitude. You have to come to life with a millionaire attitude. And it's in you by releasing these hormones so that you can go after your better self. It wants you to get to read. It wants you to get to study. It wants you to get to meet important people to pull you to the next levels of your life. Are you hearing me, ladies and gentlemen? So these bacteria are there. And
no.
Who is that now?
The paper bag.
Well, that person always mess up mistakes. But
please
the
mute your mic.
microbiome.
You are disturbing the session. Please mute your mic. Sorry about that, Master Clive.
Clive, before you go on, I'm going to mute everybody out so that all of the lines are muted, and then you just unmute yourself and say, so just give me 1 second. I'm going to mute everybody out so then they can unmute themselves, and then we'll start fresh.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, unmute yourself now, and nobody can unmute themselves. Take it away.
Okay, great. Yes, so I'm saying to you that one of the roles of the microbes in your body is to make the chemicals in your body that inspires you and motivates you to become the best version of yourself. For you to get the best from life, you have to become the best to life. You have to bring your A-grade game. You can't come to life with a B game and wanting to be a masterpiece. So the role of the microbiome God gave you is for you to make a masterpiece of your life. Why settle for good when you can become great? Why settle for average when it can become amazing? Why settle for ordinary when it can be extraordinary? So God gave you these microbes that make these neurotransmitters to give you the push, to give you the drive, to give you the energy always wanting to go for more. If you're a millionaire, you want to have 3 million. If you have 3 million, you want to go for 5 to 10 million, because you can become more and do more when you what? When you have more. So it keeps you inspired, it keeps you motivated, it keeps you healthy. The role of the microbiome is to keep you healthy so that you don't have to worry about health-related issues. The role of your microbiome is not for you to have 5 doctors and 10 specialists. The role of your microbiome is to take care of your health-related issues and concerns and free up your mind, free up your time, free up your space, free up your energy to go after the bigger you, the better you, the ultimate you. So it keeps you healthy, ladies and gentlemen. And your microbiome is your coach, your cheerleader. Now look at what this thing has come to. These little critters, these little bugs in your gut that we're trying to get rid of. Look at it, of the glowing terms with which we are now using to describe these. Your coach, like what you said about a coach in Glen Mills. We need a coach in life. These 39 trillion microbes in your gut operates as your coach to bring out the best in you. Everybody in life needs someone to believe in them until they believe in themselves. Your microbes believe in you and that you can do better. And it pushes you, sorry, to become the best. It's a cheerleader. They make your chemical juices to bring out the best in you. So you have 2 brains, but 1 mission. Yes, I said 2 brains. The brain in your skull and the microbiome is the brain in your gut. 2 brains, 1 mission, 2 eyes, 1 vision. If you win, they win. They are always having a party, never a dull moment. They're saying celebration time, come on. They produce the chemical juices to keep you happy. And the microbiome works on your mood, that you can't be sad, anxious, and depressed. They work on your sleep. So if you sleep well, you can heal, you can maintain, and you can do the things that only can be done while you sleep. They give you the drive and the ambition to take initiative and to give a different perspective in life. They work to protect you. They work for you to be prosperous. They work on your very size to determine if you're fat or if you're slim. Because if you're having too much weight, you may not be able to do some of the things that you were able to do if you're a little small in size. They give you your swag. They give you your attitude. They give you your shape. Ladies and gentlemen, they protect your health. They fix your diet for you. And they prevent you from needing to take antibiotics and from living on medications. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to remind you of how important your microbiome is. You have known your human self. Now know and understand your microbial self so that you can be the best version of you going forward in life and succeed in life. Queen Dr. Denise, I hand over back to you.
Thank you so much, Master Clive. And don't go silent on me because I'll be calling you back as we interact in this session tonight. So here's what's going to happen. Here's what's happening. What we are seeing on the screen, the 4 biggest problems globally. Now, Master Clive just said our microbiome is fighting to be the best of you, to make you the best that you can be, healthy, wealthy, and wise. And what is the 6th mass extinction? The 6th mass extinction, if you do your due diligence and research, it is documented, scientifically proven that we are living now in the age of the 6th mass extinction, meaning that coming down through the ages, the dinosaurs got the meteor that hit the earth and you know, certain species became extinct. So now it reaches down to our species with humankind. And now you are getting the picture in your head. Maybe you might get it later down as we continue in this conversation. But I want you to seriously have a look at what is going on within our bodies today. As I mentioned earlier, from the day you were born, your body has been modified. The foods that you have been putting in, the vaccinations that you have been injecting in your system, it has been becoming modified. And for this time, this is where now we are taking back what has been modified. And that is why our microbiome and the sicknesses that we are having in our system today, if there's a war between us in terms of the fight for survival, the fight to be healthy and wealthy and everything in between. So what we are seeing here on the screen, that we have been hit with obesity, weight management, heart disease, diabetes, lack of energy. Now we have been running these slides for the past week, 24/7, and we understand why we are being hit by all these issues and problems that has been going, as I will coin, as Master Clive coined the term, issues in our tissues. And I teeth that line from him, because 2 out of 3 of the Americans are overweight. 1 in 3 children in the Americas are overweight. Now, it's not only in the Americas, it's right through the Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago. We are having all these obesity, all these diabetic, children, they are suffering. And why? Because of the foods that we are eating. We no longer are eating food, people. We are eating fodder. It's only blowing us up. The antibiotics, the everything. You ever hear the saying, antibiotics is against life? Probiotics is for life. Probiotics and prebiotics. So what that is telling us, we have to start putting on our thinking cap, folks, because when you see me speak like this, I speak with conviction and passion, because you know why? Cardiovascular issues has hit my family, has run in the line of my paternal side family, blood pressure in my maternal side family, and I am not going to be bowed and bent with these lifestyle diseases. It starts with you. You have to make that change. And when you see these things are happening, when Dr. Franco is on and he talks to you and he tells you how you need to eat healthy, green food that God has given us on this earth instead of anything with a head. I mean, many of you on this call will understand what I'm saying. All right. But at the end of the day, we are eating dead. And when you put dead into our bodies, what you get, you are what you eat, the way you look, the way you smell, the way you feel, the way you think is because of what you are putting inside of your bodies. And I have seen this full blown in how people are being rotting, degenerating, cancers eating their bodies out. But I will talk about that later down. All right. And this is what our system now is pulling in on us. And they are telling us that, the biggest problem they are having, this is how it's being solved. Allopathic approach against holistic approach. Now you can read on the screen symptoms, and clinically as doctors, we are made to, look at the symptoms and treat symptoms. But holistically speaking and integrative, somebody who really wants to have proper health, you look at it from the root cause of the problem, at the root cause of the problem. And the whole thing is that we have eaten ourselves to our graves, as Master Clive would say it. We have degenerated our microbiome. We have put in the fallacies and thoughts that our system has impregnated in us, so we can't think on our own. We cannot do what is required on our own. And when we go and when a health personnel or a nutritionist tells you, or someone in Sankey Global tells you that this is food for your soul and your body, you want to question it with a gazillion and a trillion questions. So why I must use this? And I must use that. Folks, you are just putting plaster on a sore method when you do these sorts of things, because what we are giving you is life, is food to correct the issues that you are having. And another thing that I hear people say, well, I've been coming back from cancer and I'm on maintenance. My doctor is injecting me with poison in my body to suppress my immune system, and you call that maintenance. Hello. Dr. Franco always says that the body is made to heal itself. I could say it to you, but I'm quoting what he says because, second opinion is always better than the first one. all right? And when he says that your body is made to heal itself, and when you put the right things in your system, the right formulations, and I will tell you why these formulations are right, because I've studied it from a scientific standpoint. I have been trained with scientists, so I understand why the body needs this formulation to keep it moving. You hear our beautiful Dr. Queen Helen De La Jose Clay spoke about the million testimonies that has happened in her family life. And I will share with you what has happened to mine later down at the end of this program. But as we continue, this is what we are taught. So Western versus holistic, all right? The allopathic approach are focused on identifying the cause of an ailment by looking at its physical components. But holistic approach looks at the root causes of the problem. So what we do, we just try to plaster and we just try to cover coat what is going on with your body, but it is not actually working at that mitochondrial level. That microbiome is not getting the proper signals, because here's what, all those cells that's working on inside your body to send the signals back for correct healing and wellness is already dead, because you are killing it every day with the cokes, with the pop, with the oily foods, with processed foods. You can't stay home and cook in your house and use your green vegetables. But when somebody explains to you how the body works, you want to question. You want to question. So is that you don't want to live? This is life we are giving you here, folks. I told you this session is going to be a difference of a different session tonight. So here's what. Let me hear. Talk to me now. Your belief system. Where is that? Where is your belief system at? The belief is that we all want to heal, but the reality is that many people fear becoming healthy. Why? Why is that so? And I'm leaving those questions to you so that you can answer them for me. All right? We spoke about the microbiome function. Master Clive did a wonderful job in concising it. But folks, let me tell you something. I pre-advertising Tuesday. Come Tuesday, you better be on these calls, because this is going to save your life. And if you don't really want yours to be saved, try to save a loved one who you care for. Understand me? True healing belongs to the power of our inner soul and confronting the truth. How many of us are confronting the truth in our lives? How many of us really want healing, health, and success and wealth in our lives? All right. As one of my good mentors would say, we come looking pretty and sit down, but broke. Many people don't like and unhealthy too at the same time. This is a change. This is demystifying yourself. This is the game changer today, folks. This is no gloom and doom. You think COVID come here just by chance? This has been happening long in the making and plans of the 6th mass extinction. So wake up, folks, wake up. Once we embrace the power of the soul to truly understand that healing is an act of transformation, not a confrontation with an illness. Everybody who has been knocked down with an illness or a virus feels sorry for themselves. And I have to quote what my beautiful queen, Bev, always says to me. We always throw pity parties. Sometimes she gives me it hard too, because sometimes I throw my pity party too. And then she would call me and say, listen, girl, you better get up out of the pity party bed. How many of us are doing this to ourselves today? How many of us really want to make a difference, if it's not in your life or somebody else's life, to leave a legacy behind, to leave that legacy behind? How many of us wants to do that? So here we are looking at the transformation of what epigenetics, which is the new science of health, of self-empowerment, is all about. It starts with you. It starts within you. The study of changes in organisms caused by modification of gene expression. Folks, I have studied genes. I have studied the microbiome. I have studied the somatids of life. And I could tell you, when we look at our blood, it tells you everything. I can tell you everything. So don't go play your hiding part of your life. And you don't want to show me your records, because I don't even see nobody read medical records. I just hear you, and I just hear your symptoms, and I just start to rattle off what I know is going on with you. More so if you show me your blood, you are all raw in front of me, mind, body, and spirit. And it also What epigenetics does actually, modify the organisms caused by modification of the gene expression rather than alteration of the genetic code itself. What that simply means is that we can manipulate the blood cells and the genes for wellness without changing your genetic code or your DNA strand, the signals, because all we are doing is correcting and bringing back to balance, which we have the technology to do so. We have it right in our hands, sitting down, very simple. They say in simplicity is everything, you know, in simplicity. And some terms you will be hearing us talking about microbiota, which refers to the specific microorganisms found within the specific environment. So your body microbiota actually is specifically in tune with your environment. Now I'm hearing our medical doctors talking about microbiome. They're talking about cancer specialists. Cancer doctors never talk about that. The other day I see it on television, and I have to video clip it myself, because she is saying that, you know, we have to reset our microbiome because it's gone out of order, and we have to start eating from the environment that we have been grown up in and come from, the dashing, the Edos, for those of you who know, you know, blue foods and so forth. Why now? Because they're realizing that people are waking up and asking questions. Genomes, a complete set of genetic instructions and codes in an organism which is needed to build that organism, allowing it to grow and develop. Get to understanding the science and the names behind it, because folks, if you don't know, you can't share. And your own testimonies is going to say, so I don't expect you to become a scientist or a doctor, but just understanding the simple information that goes behind the products that you are in pursuit of, and explaining to others and sharing with others is very important. You don't have to know the whole long and short of it, the whole scientific binding and building, but just the experience of how the body feels. And this is where we are at this point, you know, because walking through all of this, all right, it is going to have to start the change. It must begin in here. It must begin in heart. Because if you don't really understand what is going on with you first, you cannot help another person. And this is what I'm trying to explain and express to you. You are becoming extinct in mind, body, and spirit. So let us now rebuild our structure, rebuild our future of who you are, to leave a legacy behind. And where all this starts in, the microbiome that Master Clive just spoke about. It's the river of life. What is your river of life? In Bruce Lipton, and I am not saying it, I have studied it, I have learned this, but even in our times, Bruce Lipton in his book said, The Biology of Belief, he observed that every one of our many trillion cells is an individualized, complete living organism. What that tells you, doesn't it tells you something about your microbiome? Because it individualized. It works on every organ functions in your body. The vagina have its own microbiome, the penis have its own microbiome, the brain have its own microbiome, the liver, pancreas, spleen, kidneys, and all the rest that goes of it has its own microbiome. And where it's zoning point, where it's its heartbeat, in the gut. The gut is what actually rules and controls the entire microbiome in your body. And you have heard Master Clive spoke about it a million times. Even tonight, he has spoken about it. So just like any human being, each of your cells are intelligent and it can survive on its own. It is capable of learning and creating cellular memories. So what that is telling you, if anything that goes X goes off in the body, Y comes in and start to work, the cells now, intelligent life force, is going to start to understand what is going on within the body. I think I missed a slide, but I'll continue as we go on. All right. So it's either what we are listening to. Is it a fact or is it a truth? And I am asking you, facts or truth? All right. The cells live in sophisticated communities, which is the microbiome. It's intelligent on its own and performs specialized tasks. Your red blood cells is one that sustains your life. Your white blood cells identifies intruders such as microbes, virus, and bacteria, and all the rest that comes into the body. So what we are actually killing, folks, you are actually killing the river of life. That is what you are doing. You are killing your river of life. So walking through your valley of death for 40 years, or how many years, or 3 years, or 1 year, or 6 months, while you walk through your valley of the death, I want you to understand you don't have to walk through the valley of death, because you have people who care for you. The life, the information that is being given to you are being modified. Our brain cells don't longer need, we get rickets of the mind, and I didn't say it. All right. But when we start to think these things and start to question, you know, there are persons and people who are giving you the information. It is scientifically structured. All right. Realize this truth. One of them is an our own time Nobel Prize winner, Linus Pauling, who coined the term, let food be your medicine, right? And it is not no 19th or 18th or 16th century, but it has been preaching from those centuries come down to now modern time day. If we call now we are living in modern time days. All right. So basically what we are saying, what is epigenetics is a structure of your health care that deals with these disease prevention, obesity, genetics, and all these that happens in our body. Emotional disturbances, nutrition, my favorite, all right, medical education, sexuality, and more. So when we have to look at what is going on within our bodies, we have to understand that this is where we are at, because they says the life is in the blood, and that's our code that we work by. All right. That's where our river of life stands. Okay. And I will say it to you, the blood is a contract between the creator and you as an individual. It is through this medium of that river of life that your divine essence is readily available. So when blood circulates through the smallest capillaries, is the most perfect vehicle to deliver energetic empowerment to the soul. So when the soul gets sick, it shows in a bodily form, the mind and everything else that falls hand in hand. So you see the link that you have. You're just not a normal human being, but you have, as Master Clive would say it, you are a part of the universe. There is nothing normal and human about you. You are alien in every way whatsoever. When you look at that blood and you see what is going on, then your eyes will be opened, because they said, for the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it the life to you to make an atonement. What that means, at one meant for your soul. That's where all the healing starts. All right. And folks, I don't know if I am getting to you, but as Hippocrates says, let food be your medicine, and food is my next slide is going to show you why the divine has given us this information. All right. He said, I have given you every herb that you'll see. This reminds me of when Dr. Franco says, meat, dead, and anything with a head, you know, it's killing the system. It is true. Because if the creator who created you created the microbiomes to work with a certain formula in your system, and he says every herb that yields food, which is on the face of the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seeds, to you shall it be food. What that telling you? What is food? Food is life. What you are eating, as I said, is fodder, is horse food. It's not nutrition, if you want to put it that way. So that our body can become well, all right? So that is what we need in our system. So when we look at what is wellness, what is wellness? Wellness is referred to a big fancy word called homeostasis. We have been hearing our nutritionists, our doctors, our nurses, everybody has been talking about it in our sessions, all right? But it is basically, it means the maintenance of a stable environment and organism, biological system must maintain to allow proper functioning of its component cells, tissues, organs, and its organs function. So when these systems go out of order in our body, whether it be A, B, C, or D, it affects all in one. So when you go to your doctor and he tells you, well, this part is bad, or, you know, many of us have, as children, our tonsils, you know, when your immune system, you're always getting the flu or something, the first thing the doctor wants is to take off, to cut, to take out. All right. Do you know that the tonsils is actually the microbiome that senses everything that goes on into that body and restructure and send the signals throughout the entire system to say, well, this is what is going on here. This is not good for the body. And this is so when you don't have it in your in the tonsils there, what's going to happen? Everything is going to come into the body and you're going to be attacked and your immune system is going to be destroyed. All right. So you know, I cannot impress how much we have to take what we are looking at into our hands. And what we have in our hands is orthomolecular medicine. It's another big fancy word, but it simply means the treatment of a disease by the provision of optimum molecular environment. So all our scientists, all our persons who are using the Sankey product, what is it? Exactly what I'm saying here and you're seeing on the screen. It is nutrition, food at the molecular level where it absorbs into the environment, into the body in small quantities. That is what nanotechnology is all about, so that it can be absorbed, hit the blood barrier and go straight to that mitochondria, which is the life force cells in the blood to start doing its programming and its work. It's just corrective. It's no big science outside there. It is just doing the corrective. But persons do not like simple. They like complicated. So when we say, you know, you're just getting the system in order, it is giving the body the food so that it can do its work. You can't expect 24 hours relief when you're suffering from a cancer or degenerative disease for the last 40, 50 years. All right. It's got to take its time because it didn't get there overnight. So we have to understand that when we take these supplements, these nutrition in our bodies, it's got to take the process. And that is what orthomolecular medicine is all about. It's really nutrition for the body. All right. My next slide. I love this gentleman, Dr. Alejandro and Dr. Behit Idias, the formulator and the science that goes behind the products, the Sankey products, the Fantastic Four that we spoke about. You know, I mean, such a beautiful soul. When I look, folks, my testimony is such. When I did the research on these products and the company, when Queen Bev introduced this to me, I actually started to promote the products before it came into my hand to use, which is a no-no. I never did that in my entire practice. for talking about a product. But when I saw the science behind it and I started to read and hear the testimonies, I came into Sankey Global in 2020 when my country shut down. I barely made it in Trinidad when they closed the borders. I was in St. Lucia promoting. And listen, when I saw the science behind it, I went down on my knees, literally, my nose to the ground, and I thanked the good God above, divine, for this invention, because this is what I needed to give to my patients. And you're seeing the passion in this. You know why? Because I have studied this for over 25 years. I have used supplements, yes. I'm not saying they weren't good, but what I wanted was something that talked my language. And when I heard Dr. Idias and Sankey Meyer and the in vivo studies and the science behind this, I was I was sold. And just hearing the name Sankey, what it stands for, honor and respect. And when you turn it around, it means Holy Spirit. That was all I needed, because that is where the missing link lies in this information that we are seeing. And what is Sankey Meyer? When God gave Dr. Idias the information in his lifespan of science and formulators and innovators, all right? This has been ongoing for the last 40 years. I say, what, 40 years? And how I know hearing this? Because it's for a time like now. That's when the breakthrough is at now. Sometimes you don't have to fly in God's face. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. You hearing our testimonies. You hearing Dr. Helen's testimonies. You hearing her own testimony. Folks, let me tell you something. It's for a time like now. Remember when they sold Joseph to Egypt, and he went to Egypt and he had sufferation? The sufferation brought his whole family from famine into Egypt, where a land of plenty. So folks, I don't know where you are at tonight, but now is your time. This is your time, for a time like now. And I'm thankful for Queen Beth, who has always everything. She would tell me, she would call me, she would talk to me about certain things. And I am thankful that I took this up and I ran with it. I may not have the accolades behind and the structure with the system and all of that. What I'm trying to say, I may not even be qualified in certain parts in this business yet, but it is growing, because when I build, you build foundation. You don't bring people into a business and just leave them hanging and because you want a really a big commission and so forth. I don't know. I cut from a different cloth. I am hot. So I must see that you have something deserving of getting into your system first, and then I will move on. So you build structure, you build foundation, and that's what Sankey Meyer has been doing. 40 years in laboratories in Tokyo, Japan. They began to investigate the centenarians and on the island of Okinawa, and they started to study these people and find out how they have been living to be 100. Folks, our human life supposed to be 120. Yes, 120, not 310. Yes, biblically we are taught and trained 70 years, but our life supposed to be 120 and not kicking and screaming and unhealthy to the grave, as Queen Bev would say it. And I coined that as well from her. We supposed to be healthy, but what are you putting in on? Scientists and formulators study these centenarians and realize why they live long, because of the microbiome and because of the gut, how they have been eating and how they have been treating their system. I think many of us abuse our bodies, and we're not cognizant of what we are putting in our bodies, because it's a fast food. And I always tell my youths today, I said, you're fast eating and you're fast dying, because in the talk in the clinical world today, and doctors are saying it, and I've been having talks with them, they are saying the young generation are dying out. We don't have nothing to leave, no legacy to leave forward, moving. And the older ones are still hanging on. Why is that? because of the junk we are putting into our system. All right. And don't let me start on that and other things, because that's our next session. I'll keep you here whole night. All right. So yes, did you know that, as I was saying, 120 years of life, human beings are allotted by nature. So what Dr. Elias has done when he started looking at the formulation of these products using advanced sciences like nutrigenomics and biotechnology, they were able to analyze what it simply means, analyzing the foods that you are eating, how it arrests and rests in your system. All right, because nutrigenomics is the study of how foods affect a person's genes and how their genes affect the way in which their body responds to food, and the understanding of how the genes and diet together deals with health and the risk of developing diseases. And you know the first word they put, such as cancer, because many times diseases are triggered by the environment you are in. And cancer cells is in everybody, but it takes an environment to trigger these mute cells, all right? And these cells just start to, you know, mutate and do what it wants its way in your body. Why? Because you are giving it the breeding ground to do so, all right? Day and night, our doctors, our nurses, our Sankey whole community is on sharing their testimonies, telling you what you need to do. Don't let us go unheard, please, people. Tonight, as I said, you are going to, three things is going to happen to you. Emotionally, you are going to change yourself, and you are going to expand, empower, and enlighten those who are around you. Take some of these information, get your notes out. Even when Master Clive is speaking, I have my pencil and my paper, and I still write notes. I don't know everything. Every day is a learning experience for me. And this is what happens with our bodies. So now I am going to just, let me just find a note here that I want to talk about a little bit. Something here that I am seeing that I need to say to you. I just lose a little there. But as I was saying, the technology, I'm using my cue cards here, in terms of understanding the nutrigenomics behind it, is now why quantum medicine is now all about. This is what is quantum medicine. This is food. This is life that Dr. Elias has given to us. And we need to really humbly and solely really share this, because as Queen Bev said, it would be a sin not to share this information that we have. And why? We are going into this to give you your power back. You are taking over your microbiome, your power within you. 6 mass extinction is not going to annihilate the human race, because you have the information and you will be responsible for sharing this information at the day when God decides to call you home. We have to go at some point. But as Queen Bev said, you don't have to go dying and kicking and screaming and dragging to your grave. You can't live healthy. You see how healthy all of us look, how glowing we look. Dr. Ruth Ann, I am so, you know, my heart goes out when I hear this woman, you know, how she speaks so passionately about what has happened to her and how she's coming back. Listen, we all have our story. I don't know your story, but we all do. And I have my story. Queen Bev has a story. So when she stands up there and she says, see how beautiful I look and how I glow, and how it's not because we are just talking and we want to be heard and want Queen Donnelly and all of these beautiful queens and kings outside here. Is because we have feel the impact. We have actually gained. Our bodies has been encounter with the divine, with the beyond. So we can't stop talking, because this is how we look. This is how we feel. All right. We're passing our 50s and hitting into our 60s, and we are healthy. So folks, this is what we have. We have life in our hands. So we are taking it back. We, you know, what has happened to us because we have lost our powers. We didn't lose them because we didn't lose them because we don't have power, is because what our mind has been fed, what we have been putting into our bodies, the foods that we have been eating. We lost our powers because we've been programmed to be weak. So let's get our powers back. Let's rebuild our microbiome. You know, they say when you're healthy, you feel you can move the whole world when you're not well, because I can tell you, I've been in healthy and I've been not well as well. You can't move a thing. You can't even get up. All right. So we know what it is to suffer. We know what it is to be low. We know what it is to be high. We know what is greatness. We know what is humility. So at the end of the day, when you hear us talking with this passion, you got to wake up, because there is no more wake up call that is going to happen after this. Okay. So now we have the power in our hands to take back, which is our fighting chance, our microbiome, the way in which our body works. And tonight, I'm going to, that's why Dr. Idias has brought out our Fantastic Four, and seeing Nurse Donnelly, Dr. Ruth Ann there, open up your mics now and you just blow the system, blow the scientific system out for me, my queens.
Okay, well, we could do this just like how we did this last night. So we could start up with Dr. Ruth Ann, and we could blow this on the water right now. Dr. Ruth Ann.
Yes, let's get it. Let's do it. Let's make it happen.
Get to Queen Dr. Ruth Ann.
Thank you, Queen Beth. Well, guys, listen here. We have our Hasaki. It is made out of cacao, and no, it's not the chocolate that's in the whole nut that I absolutely love. But guess what? I don't even love it no more. It's literally the cacao bean, guys.
Beverly, breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me or no? Okay, good.
Yes.
So it nourishes the microbiota with over 596 metabolites, and Queen Dr. Joy is going to break that down and tell you that it has to do with the metabolites and the metabolism, and that's the exact number. And she can break that down, because I ain't gonna do what I can stay in my lane. That ain't my lane. That's her lane. We're on a three-way lane highway right now. That's not my lane. So it also improves the protein absorption by 20%, guys. It increases the absorption of fat and provides energy to trillions of the mitochondria. You heard her speaking, going to the molecular level, guys. The mitochondria is within each cell. It makes up, I think, about 60 to 70% of our body weight, because that's how much mitochondria is inside of our body. And you can't even fathom that. But literally every cell has mitochondria in it to energize you. So when you're feeling that lethargic feeling, that feeling of, I cannot get up, I don't know what's going on, I'm so tired. Well, guys, your mitochondria has been diminished and it needs to be renewed. And even us women, after we've had children, our mitochondria is depleted. We need it. But guess what, guys? This product also helps with testosterone and estrogen. It helps with that. And yeah, there's ands with these products. And your flora, it's able to turn up your flora and turn down your flora. Guys, when they say there's an intelligent force in these products, I like to say that there's a clipboard and it literally takes notes as it enters your body to say, well, what's going on in here and what do I need to start with first? And this is one of these products that, it really goes into that gut and says, what's going on here? How much flora is there? Do I need to turn myself up, or do I need to turn myself down? So it's literally balancing you out and making sure it does what it does. So Dr. Denise, you want to add anything there?
You go right ahead.
Okay. And so also this is something that we would give to persons that are suffering with anything in the colon, in the intestinal area. This would be your go-to product to start with. Like you'll hear Nurse Donnelly say, you need all of the products to start with. Her big thing is start with the 10D. Start there and move forward from there, because you will know which direction your body needs to go in after those 10 days, because it will be made clear, very, very clear. But our Belage or Bel Age, this is the Jesus juice, guys. This is the juice that has the trees that are over 2,000 years old, the nutrients that is coming from these trees, from these olive branches, the bacteria that is off it. And yet, no, it's not just olive extract or olive oil. No, guys, it's not, because that's the first thing people say. Oh, I I could go get this supplement. This off the shelf supplement, guys. Listen, every single one of our products are blue ocean. And like I said last night on a call, I learned about blue ocean and what it really meant, because when I first came into this company, I didn't even know what blue ocean meant. I was like, blue ocean, okay, we're what, a blue ocean? Do we dive into it? I don't know. Just like the microbiome, like what? Invisible force? Listen, blue ocean simply means that there's a new line of products that are out there that are doing something that nothing else can do. And we are a part of the blue ocean strategy when it comes to nutrigenomics and technology. No competition, Alvin, none, like none, zero, zilchi. We literally have no competition. And if y'all don't understand how powerful that is, plenty people have supplements out there, plenty people. But you will even hear Nurse Donnelly talk about how these products, because she, has really done her research, just like Dr. Denise, they've done their research in the documents that we have. These stuff is coated, that it's able to pass through the gastric acid. Things normally can't pass through your stomach and do the job, When they get in that gastric acid, normally it's like, disappear, dissipate, destroyed. No, it gets through and still is able to do its job. So our nanotechnology, Nurse Donnelly, yeah, please go ahead, girl.
Let me jump in there. Let me handle this part. Okay, guys, what she's saying, that number one, Dr. Adias, he made sure that we have a patented system with an advanced delivery system. Now, our products are backed by nanobiotechnology. Nano means that the particles were made so tiny, and not only did they make the particles tiny, they coat it. And they coat it so that it goes through the digestive tract, so that it would not be breaking down, because they needed to get to the bloodstream. Now, you would say, oh, well, I have, as Dr. Rudan was saying, oh, I have supplements that I take, I have this and I have other stuff. Guys, if you were to go to the bathroom, if you take other supplements, hint, other supplements and other vitamins, minerals, whatever that came from off the shelf or from other companies, you would note that when you urinate, and I don't want to sound gross, I have to be really, really straightforward with you tonight. When you go and you urinate, you'll find out that you would have a foul odor or very strong odor, or you would actually notice that your urine actually changed in color. When you go to the bathroom and you defecate, your stools become harder. Some of them become like rock, or you feel constipated, or your stool has changed in color. Why? Because you've passed these out of the system. These things were not absorbed by your system. That's why there wasn't a great change in taking the products. So with our products, they get through the gastric system into the blood, into the cells. And actually, when it gets into the cells, it jumpstarts the mitochondria. The mitochondria is the powerhouse of every living cell in our body. The mitochondria, once the mitochondria becomes diseased or it starts to break down, it gives way to disease or different conditions in the body. So our products are able to get to that powerhouse and say, hey, we need to reverse, recover, and restore the health of this body. And when it does that, then your body starts gets into homeostasis. Homeostasis is the process on which the body then starts to heal itself. And that is what God created our bodies to do, guys. Actually heal itself. So it gives that mitochondria a jump start to heal itself. And guess what? 60% or more of our body weight attends for the mitochondria, guys. Yeah. That is how important the mitochondria is to our body. Our nails, our hair, our eyes, our digestive tract, our urinary tract, our cardiovascular system, our skin, our organs, the microbiome, all of that. So this is what we're doing here at Sankey Global. Back to you, Dr. Ruth Ann.
Yes, guys. So here we have our Balage, like she said, that nanotechnology, guys. This also assists with blood circulation and improves the circulation. So the tingling in the arms, the legs, the feet. Yes, yes, yes. This is the product for you. Arthritis. Yes. We always say start with the Balage because it's also going to increase energy production naturally and increase hydration at the cellular level. It is able to permeate the eye wall barrier as well as the brain barrier, which many things cannot. They cannot permeate that, but this can because of one, that nanotechnology, minuscule particles that are able to get in and do what it needs to do for. So if you're suffering with anxiety, depression, dementia, and Alzheimer's, this is also that product that you would be given to start with. And then we have our Inner 7 from 321 meters down in the Okinawa Ocean. Guys, this product is purified salt water. Two of the main ingredients is magnesium and potassium, but it has over 65 other essential minerals. And you did hear me use the word essential because this improves and recovers the body's essential minerals that we are missing. And we don't realize sometimes what we're missing until you start taking this Inner 7. Then you're like, wow, what's going on? But it also improves digestion. It stimulates relaxation and revitalization, balances your pH out to 7, and definitely improves the defense mechanisms. You heard Dr. Helen earlier on the call talk about, mixing the products together for COVID. Well, guess what? That Balage right there, we have papers, white papers that say that, guess what? It fights viruses by over 85%. Literally. So when you mix the Balage, the Inner 7, and the Cronwy together, superpower right there. That formula becomes amazing. So Dr. Denise, do you want to say anything about this Inner 7?
Oh, yes, I have to say something about this Inner 7. You see me doing my little sips, right? I have my all 3-in-1 mix and it's hot right now. So that's why I took the break to drink and to, sustain myself and hydrate. And what I love about the Inner 7, as Dr. Rutan said, it improves the transit and increasing feeling of lightness in the body. It supports the pH balance in the system, even supports the body's fat burning system as well, hormonal imbalances and diabetes. It also helps to regulate, support relaxation and healthy nervous system. Many people now, because of what's happening, you are being nervous, you are bombarded by all kinds of negative news, so you don't even want to leave your house, you're all upset mentally. And this has been, the minerals is very, very important, folks. Minerals actually helps the body, the cells, to absorb nutrition into the system. If you are lack of minerals, nothing cannot be absorbed. Just as Nurse Donnelly was saying, you might take a pill or some medication and it all comes out all yellow in the urine. The stool is differentiated and all of these things. Why? Because you don't have nutrition in your body, so your body just passes through your system and you think, wow, it absorbs, and that's the smell we get, folks. We have to restructure our thinking, and these minerals actually gives the body, the blood cells, the absorbency, so that it can absorb anything that you put into your system as nutrition for wellness. Okay, the magnesium is very, very important. I always tell people how important magnesium is. It converts your sugar to energy, and it also is an anti-stress agent. It also attracts the water to the intestines. Many people are not drinking water because you're in AC, you're working, all of this, your body don't feel dehydrated, so you're not drinking your water. So it helps the body to attract the water to the intestines as soon as digested and reabsorbs, absorption. It also, the calcium, magnesium, calcium, zinc, potassium, selenium, all of these, over 60 minerals, as Dr. Rutan said, is in this Inner 7, all right? Helps to reduce the body's acidity. When the body is acidic, what tends to happen? Any disease will thrive on acidity. It will grow, it will metastasize in the system, and you will become sick. All right, selenium has the effect on vitamin C's. It regenerates and protects microcirculation. So many of us are not getting, and you will see in some slides coming up, microcirculation in the body. You're not getting free blood flow throughout the capillaries, the smaller blood vessels. Okay, potassium regulates hearts and muscles. Sometimes we have a low potassium rate in our bodies and we start to get palpitation of the heart. You hear me say this over a million times on the calls, and you think it's cardiovascular issues. Now, folks, if you know you're having cardiovascular issues, call the ambulance. But at the end of the day, there are certain things that you can rule out where lack of minerals in the system, and it promotes smooth transition of signals caused along the nerve endings. Persons who suffers from osteochondrosis, arthritic conditions, degeneration of nerves, tissues, different things, chronic conditions, you know, it helps the body. And last but not least, the copper, it regulates the blood cholesterol. So there you have it, your blood. I mean, you know, it's amazing to see how these fantastic four works. And that is why I am so thankful for Dr. Ibias and the formulation of these products at nanotechnology. Dr. Nurse Donnelly explained the nanotechnology and I had earlier on, because it gives it the smallest particles so that it can absorb into the system and give the body the fighting chance it needs. Back over to you, Dr. Ruther.
And then, guys, of course, we have last but not least this Cronwe Fire, guys. This is the product that, you know, if you haven't heard King Tim, I know he had to jump off to do another call, but you know, he suffered with diabetes and high blood pressure. Within 30 days, the 5 medications that he was on dwindled down to 1. He was up to like 4 different medications just for diabetes, and he was able to now only have insulin if needed. Like, hello, are you hearing me? His A1C went up, the numbers became good, everything started to reverse the way it needed to happen. But this reduces the absorptions of calories and carbs, it deals with the gastric protection and antioxidation, and it increases thermogenesis to remove fatty tissue. So it's gonna burn fat in those areas, especially that stubborn, you know, the rolls that are supposed to be, you know, on the table and not on your belly. Well, guys, this is gonna help burn that fat in that area. And you sometimes are gonna feel when you drink it, you're gonna feel that little heat up, be like, okay, what's going on? Get a little hot there. That's what's happening, guys. It's burning the fat, and also it's cleaning out your arteries, dealing with your cholesterol, lowering the cholesterol. Guys, these products have done some amazing things for many persons, including myself. And I'm not going to share my testimony tonight, but you heard Dr. Helen, you've heard Queen Dr. Joy, Dr. Denise. There's so many people that we are helping on a daily basis, and that's kind of our goal now. Just to really serve and help others get to another level in their health, because everybody needs it. You know, it's a real pandemic, really, for not just this whole COVID, but in health. You know, I was reading the other day where it spoke, and I think even Nurse Donnelly shared with us last week when she did, you know, let's lock up diabetes and hypertension. And diabetes is going to be at its all-time high in the world. I think she said in 2023 or something like that. It's like a couple years from now. Now, if you'd read that maybe 10 years ago, you'd say, oh, we don't have to worry about that. That's in another 10 years, you know, because it probably was said back in 2013. But look where we are now, 10 years later, it's right at our doorstep, where diabetes is going to be like at an all-time high across the world, where it's going to be something that's killing everybody. It's going to go back to it's because someone had sugar problems. Is that correct, Only? Is that what you said?
The number 7 killer in the world.
Yeah, like what?
The number 7 killer in the world. Number 7.
Yeah, like we gotta we gotta wake up.
Right behind stroke and hypertension.
Yeah, we gotta wake up, guys. We really have to wake up, and we have to make a difference in our lives. So back to you, Dr. Denise.
Wow, this is so amazing. And last but not least, with that Cronwe, many people who have been suffering with all kinds of stones, like if they are quarry in their body, gallstones, kidney stones, and all of that, the Cronwe Fire is very, very great in breaking down the gallbladder stones, especially because how you get gallbladder stones is because the cholesterol is high in the bile. And when the cholesterol gets high in the bile, it means that your liver is not doing what it's supposed to do. So you have a lot of liver fat content. So that's where what the beauty of the Cronwe starts to break down those crystals. And now the doc is free once more to have free flow of bile. So it also helps in the aid of repairing and getting that microbiome back in order in the gallbladder. Now we have our next slide here. You know, we're coming down to the end. What a great listening audience you are this afternoon of the microscanner that we also have. You know, it detects the befores and afters that you see, the smallest capillaries. The first slide, the first phone there you're seeing when it was tested, that there is no actually circulation at the microcirculation level. Once when they start, they drink the Belage, this is what happens, proving that the efficiency and the efficacy of the Belage, nanotechnology working in the body. At least the micro circulation starts happening. It passes that blood barrier and goes straight into the mitochondria in the cells and start giving it the life force that it needs. All these weakened valves and vessels that has been locking off and slowing down, and varices of veins and all of that, it started getting oxygenation and blood flow once more. It shows microcirculation of the blood cells after taking the product. And the second phone there that you're seeing here is where, you know, you started to see some form of life happening. So folks, how many of us have been found ourselves in a situation like this? This is a blood spill that I have taken in a young gentleman who would have suffered a massive heart attack within 90 days. And when this was taken, this was his first blood here, that it was looking like, you know, sluggy. If you can't read it, this is what we're seeing. So you saw the scanner results. So this is what happens actually in your blood cells, all sluggish, sticky, oxidative stress going on, cholesterol crystals high. If you could sell it, you become a gazillionaire, you know, if that's a term. And you know, depressed cells, emotionally sluggish, you know, not moving and all of that. Taking another spill of the blood, you see a big plaque build up here, arterial plaque build up. I mean, you may not understand the reading of the blood, but I can tell you the pathology of this blood is not very healthy, low oxygen, all of this. And my take on this, just as says, he could have suffered a heart attack within 90 days if this lifestyle had continued. After using the Belage, I put him to drink Belage and the inner 7, and I said, just relax a little bit. We'll test back the blood after 45 minutes. All right. After 45 minutes, 30 minutes in the making, this is what the blood cells look like. This is the third slide here that you see, well, third picture here that you're seeing. The cells look a little more open up, a little more oxygenated. All the slush and sludge that you've been seeing, still nutrition is still trying to get into the mitochondria here in the life force of the cell, but it has started to clean up. Same slide we took, we looked for the plaque buildup, the protein buildup and protein puddles has been broken down in the cells, the uric acid and all of that. After another 10 minutes, because nutrition is in the body, as I said, the body is made to heal itself. It started to absorb more and more into the cells. So the cells now started to signal to each other and say, wow, 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 we having life, we having health. Woo, let's start to eat, and started to devour the nutrition within the blood. So this is where we are at, folks. Nanotechnology at its best. And this is why many persons will ask, so how long can I have to be on this product? Hello, 40 years in the making, you've been sick. You don't expect to get well in 24 hours. But if your body is made to heal itself, this will stay so within 6 to 8 hours in the system. Then you feed it again slowly so that the body can have the nutrition to be absorbed at all times so that it can become where it needs to be, back to homeostasis at its origin. All right. So this is where we are at. This is the technology that we have in our hands. And this is the certifications of our products. You heard Ms. Donnelly talk about the Oracid enzymes, the ONR, the Night Reset, you know, the research manual, Blue Ocean Strategy. Dr. Ruth Ann spoke about it, and the JAMA Medical News. Do you know what is JAMA? That is the American Medical News, where all in vivo studies and testings are proven and will be there. It's like our Bible. Clinically, we go to that and see if this product works or if this medication is good for a system or so forth. And we are there, folks, as how we would call it in our world, the PDR, physician desk reference. We are all there and documented. So what more do you need? It has been outside. The explanations has been there. We have been studying this for a very long time. So your body is made to heal itself. All right. And this is where we are at. Your body's infinite wisdom is it wants to live forever. You see the struggles that our body is it's having to be free from pain and illness. Nobody wants to have pain. Nobody wants to lie down in a bed. Nobody wants to have bed sores. Believe me, I treat people with bed sores, big holes in their body, their joints coming out through their hips and all kinds of things. It's not an easy when you start to see people are suffering like that. You know, it's activity, it deserves complete healing at all times. It wants. Nobody wants to die. You ever see when somebody is dying, they're begging you for something to live? Well, these doctors and nurses who have been on this call tonight have seen it over and over, and how people are begging to live. Nobody really wants to die, you know, because that is what your life, you are made to live, to enjoy. So it has its innate capacity and knowledge and wisdom to heal itself. The microbiome is doing all of that within. That's the intelligent life force within the body. And that is what Dr. Franco keeps saying all the time. And I have to quote him dearly because that's what he says. He says, you give it the food and the nutrition, and it is going to do its rest. You might say, okay, I have this issue and this disease, and do I which product I do? Hello, the Fantastic for everything, because everything you need is just going to give the body the nutrition, and it just is going to do what it needs to do. So if we have the faith and trust in your body's ability to heal itself, these unpleasant symptoms, you're not going to have these feelings of fear and how long and when I'm going to recover. Your body is in its ability is going to do the rest, and you just have to trust into divine, because he give you the food, the healing of the nations, and all you have to do is just trust in the process. Take fear out of the equation or misgiving, and it will be done to thou as thou has wanted to be done to thyself. All right, so the real doctor is you. It is within you. That's the cellular intelligence of who you are as a being. And Albert Einstein says that we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking when we created them. So when you created your disease or your disease in your body, you can't go on that same platform to have it corrected. It's got to take its time, because you didn't reach there, wake up this morning with kidney stone or gallbladder issues or cardiovascular issues. Your body talks to you all the time, but it's just you don't listen to what it's telling you. All right, so it has its infinite wisdom to do what is required. All right, so I love this saying because I use it all the time in my practice. I always tell people, the person who says it is impossible should not interrupt the person who's doing it, who wants to do it. It's a Chinese proverb. All right, I don't know who coined it, but it's a Chinese proverb. So what my advice to you tonight is to educate yourself, reclaim personal responsibility for your life. It's not about anybody else. It's not the blame game that we are having here. It's you. You have to make that step and that start. Take charge and start making those changes within your body, because that is where you need to be. Your body is made to heal itself. Its wisdom, its infinite power is there to restructure and to change. And in it coming up last but not least, I'm not sure, I know Tim went on his other call, but I would like to bring on Queen Bev or Dr. Rutan in terms of explaining how we start in the business, because many people, as you know, they don't like to hear about money. But let me tell you something, to be healthy is to be wealthy, and to be wealthy is to be healthy. So anybody on the call, chime in. Queen Bev? Hello? Have the call been cut?
No, you're still here. No.
Queen Bev, who wants to take up the
Not alone. You're not alone. Are you hearing me loud and clear?
Yes, yes.
Take it away, Queen Bev.
Okie doke. All right. Absolute amazing information personified. Wow. Guys, it is so easy. It is so easy. And I'll start by saying this. If you fail to plan for your health, you would have already planned to fail. Wow. with an amazing company like this, an amazing 4 products like this, then there are 2 sides to it. The company is inviting every single one of us to leverage our network, to leverage our health, to leverage our families, to leverage our friends, to leverage every single person that we know. The company says we are going to pay you 12 ways. And there's absolutely no reason for us to get into the 12 ways tonight. What I need to do tonight is show you how to start taking the product, how to become a customer, how to become a distributor, how to just resell the products. That's all I need to do tonight. And I just need to show you the first 4 or 5 ways of how you get paid. Because once you do 1, 2, 3, 4, then you are already taken care of 11, 12. Wow. So guys, this company say to you, we are inviting you to partner with us. We are inviting you to take these amazing products. Why? Because you must become a product of the products. You can't speak about something if you have no experience. But how are you going to experience it if you have not aligned yourself with the person who brought you to this call? So let's start there. The persons who brought you to this call, the possibility do exist that they have products to resale for retail. So you can purchase your product from them retail. They will tell you the cost of the products. There are some persons who don't want to go online. They just don't want to hear anything Dr. Denise about network marketing. They don't want to go online. They just said, Dr. Denise, take the products to me. I will buy the products from you. So what I do, I encourage every single distributor online or customer to have enough product in your hand, in your cupboard, wherever you keep your products, so that just in case someone wants the product to purchase, you can sell them. You resell at a price based on where you are at, because $1 is $1 in any country that you go. So I'm sure that the persons in Trinidad have their retail price, Bahamas have their retail price, Jamaica have their retail price. So just get back to the person who brought you to the call. If you do not want to be a Sankey customer or a Sankey distributor, you just get your products by purchasing it retail. Let's go over to the next 2 sides. Sankey Global give us the opportunity to come on board as a customer, as a Sankey Global customer, where you can use your card and go online and purchase your product. The person who invites you to this call will send you a link. At the end of that link, you are going to see it marked shop. So you are going to go shopping just like when you go to eBay or Amazon to shop. You just click on the link, look at your Bellage, look at your Crenewed Fire, your Asaki and your Inner 7, put it to your card. Depending on where you are, if you are in Jamaica, you choose Jamaica local pickup, or you can go Miami. Trinidad the same, Bahamas the same, and I think Barbados is coming on board. I'm not sure where else, we have a fulfillment center. So as a customer, you can always go back to your link, because the companies send you information, so you can always go back and continue to purchase your product, all right? But look at this now. There are some of us on this call who want multiple streams of income, who need multiple streams of income. There are some of us on this call who understand that our network is our network, and we are going to leverage that network because we want to be paid. There are some of us on this call who have what you call a JOB, and that means just over broke. That's what the acronym is. There are some of us on this call who have been working for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and all we are expecting to get is something that you call a pension. A pension is only 40% of what you would have worked in your entire life. And I will tell you, inflation is going to beat it left, it's going to beat it right, it's going to beat it center. Sankey Global has provided us with an opportunity for us to be able to leverage our network, both our coal market and our one market, and able to make some money. But in order to do that, you must purchase what you call now a package. These are the 5 packages in front of you. You have You have the 10D. Let me look at it. Let me just open my screen right here. You have the Sankey Fit and you have the 10D, right? Those two package, guys, they come with at least 50 points. You are able to purchase any of those packages. Depending on where you are, it will amount with shipping and handling to 169. Then you have another package, the basic package, that is $299. You have another package that, especially persons who are building a business, you have the executive pack, right? And then you have another package for $1,064 US. Guys, any of these packages that you would have chose to join the company with, you are able to build your business. There is absolutely nowhere on this planet, all except Sankey Global, that you can use $150 US to start a business. And that $150 US can allow you to pick up a Benz, a BMW, a Rolex watch from this company. Somebody put a 5 in the chat room. There is nowhere else I can start my business with $159 US, and that is going to give me the same pay. So let's say that you are working with a company. The manager, the CEO is at the top, and he gets more pay than you. But in network marketing, I don't care who is your upline, frontline, sideline, or behind line, you can surpass that person. You can make the same money that that person made. Why? Because I put Dr. Joy Pereira in this business. I don't know her friends, and I don't know her friends' friends. I don't know her mom in Boston. I don't know her friend in Africa. I don't know her friend in Dubai. But those persons are no part of my network. So while I am sleeping, I am getting paid, because when Jamaica is sleeping, Africa is open. When Trinidad is sleeping, where? China is awake. So this is what happened, guys, when you are a part of a system. A system spelled SYSTEM, and it means save yourself some time, energy, and money. That's the acronym, right? So guys, when you start to leverage your network, that is when you realize that you start now to make money while you're sleeping. All right. The company pays us, right, 12 ways. And as I said tonight, there's no reason for me to go into the 12 ways. So number one is your retail, the profit from when you retail the products. Wow. I see Dr. Denise and her family. Absolutely amazing, right? When you resell the product, your retail. So what you need to do is purchase enough product that you can sell and make your profit. The company go back again and said, okay, start put distributors in this business. Once you start to put customers and distributors in this business, you start to earn. The slide is not in front of me, but I'm going to say it from my head. The company say, create a star. Get yourself what? 2 distributors and 5 customers. And I don't know if you remember when you were going to school, whenever time I get a star in my book, whether I do good or bad, I usually love that star, because you know, sometimes the teacher does give you a star to motivate you and make you feel good. Sankey Global, when you make a star, what? You get money. So for every 3 customers that you would have put in this business, the company is going to give you what? $100 US for every 3 customers. It doesn't matter what package they purchase, right? For every 3 customers. But look at this now. The game changed at lane 3, because every distributor that you put in this package, depending on the package that the distributor would have come in with, you are going to get what? 90% of the points that are associated with those packages. I give you an example. For example, the package that is $459, you would have seen that 50 points is associated with that package. Your pay from that package is what? $45 US. Guys, imagine that you brought into this company 10 or 20 persons, even at the lowest package. That would be 10 times $45 US. I don't know about where you live, but right now in Jamaica, it is what? $1 Jamaican dollar, $1 US, it is equivalent to 154 US. Let me tell you something. We need to start get paid in US, right? If you put somebody in a system with a $200 package, you know that what your pay is $80 US. $500 package, $160. $1,000 package, $400 US. And guys, you can do this 1,000,001 times. That is what you call your fast start bonus. The company go back again and said, hey, when you get into this business, put one of your distributor on your left, put one on right. So you are going to build both left and right in this system. You are going to put people on the left, people on the right, because the company is going to pay you every single week based on your lesser side, the volume that is right there. On your second leg, the company is going to pay you 25% of whatever. So let's say I brought Dr. Denise into this business. If Dr. Denise make $10,000 US, I am going to be getting 25% of that on what? On my second level. On the third level, another 10%. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. As Sir Tim would say, if I go to work and my boss said to me, I need to train everybody inside of my company because I am going to get 25% of their pay. Let me tell you something. I would go find people on the outside. They would be tired of me because I would make sure that I'm training every single person. So guys in this company, even with the star, you can do the star over and over and over again and you are paid. Guys, the compensation plan go right up until when you are able, when you hit platinum, you are able to what? If you hit platinum 2 months in a row, you are qualified for a car, a brand new BMW, a brand new car. Guys, remember, you are not doing this alone. You are doing it with your team. You are leveraging your network. I know this call has been long, so therefore I will not go deep into the compensation plan. All I want everybody on this call to do tonight, continue to create your stars, because every star you create at the lowest level, it is an additional $240 US in your hand, right? So you are able to make 500, 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 and more, because you have persons in this company that are making over 50 to 100,000 US per month. And what are they doing? Leveraging their network. They are not studying the compensation plan. They are just plugging people in the system. What I want to say to you tonight, people mean money. People mean money. So don't stop to wonder, Lord, I don't know how the compensation plan works. I don't know what. Tell you what, when you start to get paid, then you will see how it works. That is what I always tell somebody. I love to see money that I don't know where it's coming from. I just want to know that I am collecting. And the beautiful thing about it, we are able to get that money, attach our bank account with our e-wallet so that the money can go straight into our bank account. We also can apply to get an iPayout card. It is time that we all give back the banks their credit card, because credit cards are draining us dry, Dr. Denise. Credit cards are draining us dry. We need to return those credit cards to sender. We need to work the money that we need on these cards, and when them finish, we go back to work again and put back more money, because when we work our money and put on our high payout card, we don't need to pay the bank anything. And I have not had credit card for a while. And with my Sankey Global card, I don't need no credit card from the bank. I'm going to work. I set my pay. And I want everybody on this call tonight to set your pay. How much are you worth? What is your why? We have a why. We need to go out and tell somebody. It is a sin if we don't talk about these products. It is a sin to know that Jamaica, Trinidad, Bahamas, everywhere is on lockdown. People have lost their job, but it doesn't matter what. People will find a little bit of disposable income. Persons are going to say the product is expensive. What is expensive? What is the cost of your health? What is the cost of your child's health? What is the cost? How are you going to pay your bills? If you start to ask all family members to give you $10 and $20, you will get to $150. And if you really mean business, you will sell the settee in your house and go buy a $500 package and buy a better one and a new one. I have done that 1,000,001 times. So, Dr. Denise, you and Dr. Donnelly and her team has launched tonight, ma'am. It has been an amazing call. And I know you have your families, your friends, your loved one on this line listening to you right now. I know we have been touched, we have been moved. I'm telling you, when I listen to the knowledge, when I listen to everything, it makes me want to say, somebody send me your link one more time again. Dr. Donnelly, are you still here with us, man?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Thank you so much, Queen Beverly. You know, my thing about it is, as a nurse, I have seen what is going on with person's health. I know what is going on. And the thing about it is, you have to ask yourself, do I want to be like the centurion and live over 100 years and not just live in a bed or stuck to a wheelchair or can't do anything for myself? Do I start now so that when I reach my golden years, when I reach in my 80s, my 90s, I wouldn't be going through Alzheimer's. I wouldn't be going through dementia. I wouldn't be stuck to a bed. I wouldn't, you know, like I can move and I can think and I can play with my grandchildren, my great grandchildren. I can have the energy to do so. Do I want that? And if you want it, it starts here. It starts tonight. So my thing is, get back to the person who connected you to this call. And also, Florida, we will be there next week. And that's micro scanner that Dr. Denise spoke about, we will have it there. So any of the distributors who are on the call who needs to bring persons out to that meeting, you can get back to me or Dr. Helen, and we will let you know the address so that you can bring your persons as well, or send your persons out, even if you're not in the US or you're not in Florida. Anybody you know in the Florida area who's in that Fort Lauderdale, Miami area, they're invited. So we will be sending that invite out. So thank you so much, Beverly Wholeness. And Dr. Denise, you're the greatest. We love that. We love that tonight. So back to you, the hostess with the mostest, Queen Beverly Wholeness.
Amazing. Wow, 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 wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Donnelly, Nurse Donnelly, soon to be Dr. Donnelly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Denise. Thank you so much.
Queen Beverly, I just want to input there that we will have the scanner there in Florida. So we will be doing scan the guys. So we don't know who the lucky persons will be, but we'll have the scanner there and operational there in Florida.
Absolutely, absolutely. That scanner is amazing. That Nurse Donnelly, that scanner is amazing. So guys,
Queen Bev, do we have Queen Bev, do we have a few minutes? I can just pull in some from my team to just share experience.
Yes, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I'm sorry about that.
Okay. I'm not sure if Crystal is on the line. Crystal, I would like you to share your testimony. She is the youngest distributor in Sankey Global and in my team, that is. And I'm not sure if you're on, Crystal, please unmute your mic and just shine in.
Hi, good night.
Good night.
Yes, so my experience with Sankey has been amazing. So my story started off when I was 23 and I was experiencing anxiety and depression, which led me to stop eating. And I dropped to 87 pounds. And obviously with that came many complications. I went to multiple doctors that only sorted the problem to, let's say I went to the doctor for the stomach. They did physical exams, but they never did internal exams. And well, that didn't end up too well. Eventually, I went to a doctor that prescribed me a medication that didn't have any label on the bottle, and I ended up getting an allergic reaction. Thankfully, I found Denise, and I was put on Sankey products that within the exact moment that I took the product, within the 45 minutes, as she was explaining before, did a complete change. I was anemic. We saw it in my blood when we did the blood sample, and I was put on the N7. We waited 45 minutes and took another sample, and we saw the complete change in my blood. And I've been on the product since. It's been very positive, and I'm very thankful to meet her and be on the product as well.
Thank you so much, beautiful queen.
Thank you.
Do we have Alvin in the house? Alvin, can you unmute your mic and just shine in for a moment, sir? I'm not sure.
I don't see him anymore. He was on, but I don't see him anymore at the moment.
Yes, I'm not seeing Alvin. Is it Alvin Martin Denise?
Yes, yes.
Yes,
he
was on, but I'm not seeing him again.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm seeing any St. Lucians. I don't think any St. Lucians is in the house. But I want to share a testimony with you guys tonight. You know, for the past 3 to 4 weeks, it has been you have seen me a little bit silent in the house. And what I want to share with you is how amazing the Sankey products is all about. This is my beautiful family, and by extension, extended family as well. And I would like you to know how thankful and grateful I am to Queen Bear for introducing us to these products, and also for understanding how these products work. My family has been knocked down, and some certain friends that is close to me, and by extension, some patients with COVID symptoms. Now, whether it was the symptoms, whether it was a mutated form of the flu or whatever it was, I can tell you that they have been taking the Fantastic Four, especially the Inner 7, the Belage, and the Crenou. Every 3 hours, I have been mixing the products and giving them every 3 hours, rotating, and also with some others as well. And I can say to you, this incubation period of whatever, maybe if it is the COVID or the flu, because now we're in flu season, it has been really, really trying. My nursing instincts, Nurse Donnelly, had kicked in because I had been 24/7 up. Every time I hear a cough, every time I hear a sneeze, I'm out. Here it is until my children say, "Mommy, I'm tired of taking these things. Oh gosh, again." And you know, but it has beat them. They have never left the house. I had them quarantined. And first, I have to tell you, whether it is the strain they got because of some of the symptoms that they were having, I can tell you that these products is working. It has, and you heard Queen Dr. Ruth Ann spoke about the in vivo studies, and I had those slides up as well, but I did not want to really, you know, extend, because it's all about all of us, you know, launching our business today. But these were the studies that we have done with these products. So whatever is the issue or the symptoms or anything that can hit your body, I am telling you, these products work at that cellular level. It goes straight to that mitochondria. It starts to work on those cell signaling, activate those stem cells. As I say, the Belage stem cells and steroids, you know, it works in the body. So don't matter where your mindset is, how you feel, whatever whatever you are going through. You hear it from Crystal. You heard her experience in the business. You hear it from other doctors who have had the experience even of themselves. And I can tell you, folks, what we have in our hands, it is life-saving. It's a life changer. It's a game changer. It's everything that you need to have in your hands. The other day, a cancer patient of mine is telling me, they're on maintenance. Maintenance of what? Injecting a drug into your system to maintain your immune system or to suppress your immune system. Now you're using the Sankey products, you're antagonizing your body. You have to trust the process. You have to allow it to do what it needs to do. There are times for healing in our bodies. Our circadian rhythm works that way. Every organ in our body works with a certain time, a certain space. You might be using products and you might be using the Sankey products and you might not seem to be getting anywhere. Folks, I'll tell you this because I've experienced it in this business with patients. While using the Sankey products, their body is so degenerated that using it, they feel that nothing is happening. And one day they wake up and they said, well, somebody tell me to use this bush or that tea or that thing. And when I use it, I feel real good. I get up. Folks, you know what happened to you is over the period of time that the products you have been using has been working arduously in those cells, breaking down, building up, cleaning out, detoxing, repairing, rejuvenating. And at that point, when you think you use the other bush or whatever you get in your hands to use, or somebody recommend, it was the time of your wellness and healing state. So you rise and shine, throw away all your crutches. And that's where your body's at. That's how your body works. So let us demystify ourselves, as I said tonight, and let us really share and go on this journey. Because I'll tell you, just as Nurse Donnelly said, just as Queen Bev said, we have been seeing people rise. Queen Donnelly has had her testimony of what has happened in her life. And folks, I can tell you, I know what these products do. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know what it does. I have seen it in action, not only in the COVID cases and flu, but in cancer cases, in rotted foot cases, in all cases. And many of us can testify to these experiences. Before I close, Bev, I would like Master Clive to just, shine in and just give his last comments as well. But I want to thank you all for just taking the time out to listen to what I have to say. And it's heart. If we don't have heart in everything, that's what makes the world go round. That's what heals. That's the operative power within each and every one of us. And I bless you all and I thank you all for giving me the time. I know it's very late, but I thank you all for giving me the time and the privilege to speak to your hearts tonight. From my heart to you, be blessed. I love you guys. Back over to you, Queen Bev.
Unmute. Wow, thank you so much, Dr. Denise. Thank you. Sometimes you're trying to find the unmute button and you can't find it. Absolutely amazing.